Hi! Welcome to this part of my review featuring the 5e RPG Academy Adventures. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review featuring this setting where Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition meets Harry Potter, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to take a look at two more arcane traditions, the Nekro and the Tauscherer. Let's start with the Nekro. Nekros use souls to animate their vessels. These vessels can take the form of a corpse or anything inanimate, with one condition: they must have a face. Presumably, this is so that the occupying soul can see and hear on behalf of the Nekro, but it's possible that the spirits just prefer humanoid shapes. When animated, these vessels can fly, slam into opponents, and shoot blasts of necrotic energy. Let's talk about some of its features. We have the Soul Sight. Using the foul sight granted by the powers of unlife, you can determine the condition of creatures near death within a certain distance. You instantly know whether each creature within the area is dead, fragile, or fighting off death, undead, or perhaps neither alive nor dead, such as a construct. Then we have Summon Soul. You gain the ability to call forth a soul and use it to influence the world around you. As an action, you can magically summon an incorporeal spirit to a point you can see within a certain distance of you. It counts as neither a creature nor an object. As a bonus action, you can also move the spirit. When one of your spirits is active, you gain a bonus to your passive wisdom perception score and to wisdom perception checks. The bonus equals your intelligence modifier. You can see through the spirit's eyes and hear what it hears while it is within a certain distance. The spirit persists for 1 minute. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest. You gain an additional spirit for every 4 levels in this character class. With your abilities, you can possess all sorts of vessels around you, objects or corpses, and you can even carry out a soul blast. Possessed vessels can stack together to combine their attacks into a powerful beam. By stacking your possessed vessels in a line, in any direction, they can fire a necrotic beam as an action. Each creature in the line must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes necrotic damage per possessed item in the stack on a failed save, but that damage is reduced on a successful save. Then we have the Tauscherer. By the way, there isn't an illustration or some sort of art piece representing the Tauscherer. Tauscherers are tricksters and stage magicians, adept at illusions and using the power of technology to fool the gullible. Being a Tauscherer means mastering sleight of hand and tricks of deception. They are escape artists, ventriloquists, contortionists, and inveterate liars. Let's talk about the features of the Tauscherer. We have things such as the stagecraft. When you choose this archetype, you gain proficiency with skills such as acrobatics, deception, insight, sleight of hand, stealth. If you choose a skill in which you are already proficient, you gain advantage on checks with that skill instead. Additionally, you can unerringly mimic the speech patterns and accent of a creature that you hear speak for at least 1 minute, enabling you to pass yourself off as a native speaker of a particular land, provided that you know the language. Whenever you speak, you can choose a point within a certain distance and your voice emanates from that point. You also have juggling. You can make 2 ranged attacks with handheld thrown weapons instead of once, whenever you take the attack action on your turn. Additionally, you can use your reaction to deflect or catch a handheld missile when you are hit by a ranged weapon attack. When you do so, the damage you take from the attack is reduced. If you reduce the damage to 0, and this damage reduction is somewhat random, you can catch the missile if it is small enough for you to hold it in one hand, and you have at least one hand free. If you catch a missile in this way, you can use a bonus action to make a ranged attack using the weapon or piece of ammunition you just caught as part of the same reaction. You make this attack with proficiency, regardless of your weapon proficiencies. You also have Smoke Bomb. You learn how to craft a variety of gimmicks. You can choose proficiency in 2 tools from a list. If you already have proficiency in the tools you choose, you have advantage on checks with them. You can use these tools as an action and spend a spell slot to turn a packet of powder into a smoke bomb of your choice. You can draw and throw one of these smoke bombs from hidden folds in your clothing as a bonus action, and you have advantage on dexterity sleight of hand checks to conceal them. That way you can create and use blinding smoke bombs, itching smoke bombs, or stinking smoke bombs. You also have the feature Now You See Me. You can create an illusionary duplicate of yourself as an instant, almost instinctual reaction to danger. When a creature makes an attack roll against you, you can use your reaction to interpose your illusionary double between the attacker and yourself. The attack automatically misses you, then the illusion dissipates. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part, we are going to continue with these arcane traditions. I really like the Nekro. I've always had a soft spot for necromancers in role-playing games. I think it's really cool that you can use these vessels. They could be corpses or objects like jars, cups, chests. As long as they have a face or have a face-like decoration, you can possess them, you can control them as minions. You can also use them as missiles, especially because of your Soul Blast. You can create barriers. When it comes to the Tauscherer, this is if you want to play as an apprentice stage magician. This is all about confusing your opponents with your showbiz or performance style techniques and skills, taking a more scientific approach to each situation in an adventure. Thank you for watching this part of the review. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that have been supporting the channel by sending right through RPG gift certificates. If anyone else wants to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. Once again, thank you, and see you later.